Yeah, nice one, guys. Thanks. Hi there. You know, many years ago, when the archaeologists were digging in ancient Egypt, they actually came across a tomb, and the first thing that they found was one of these. It's a cotton reel crawler, and they're really fun to make and great to experiment with. Well, if you'd like to make yourself one of these cotton reel crawlers, these are the things that you'll need. A candle, a nail, a knife, a rubber band, cotton reel, some cardboard, scissors and a saw. Now, the very first thing that you'll need to get hold of to make one of these crawlers is an old candle like this. And you'll need to cut yourself off a slice of the candle. And to do this, you could use a sharp knife, but I found it a lot safer if you used an old hacksaw blade. And very carefully, just work your way around, take your time around the candle and cut yourself off a slice. The last part you should cut through is the wick of the candle. Just give that a wee bit of a cut, and you should end up with a small slice like this. Now, what you'll have to do with this small slice is you'll need to work on it a wee bit. You'll need to poke a hole, like I've already done with this piece, through with either a nail or a pair of sharp scissors. Just very carefully work the scissors around till you make a hole big enough for a rubber band to fit through. The other thing you'll need to do is to cut a small groove in the end of the candle like this, with perhaps a little saw, and which is large enough for a nail or a piece of stick just to slot into there and not move about. Now, the next part that you'll need, of course, is a cotton reel. And if you take a look here, I've got the cotton reel, and I've already threaded through a rubber band to show you how it all fits together. So I've put the rubber band through one end of the cotton reel, out the other, and onto that I've added the small piece of candle wax, and the rubber band comes right through there. Now, to hold the rubber band in place on one end, I'm just putting through a piece of matchstick like this, and to hold that into position I'll just pull that rubber band through. I'll need to tape that into position like this, just to hold it still. If it's a wooden cotton reel, you could use a couple of little nails to hold that into position. And on the other side, I'm going to put a nail. Now, if you're using a longer rubber band like I'm using, it takes a wee while just to wind that rubber band up, that cotton reel motor up. It takes a wee while to do that until it all winds up and it's ready to go. But I'll show you one here that's finished, and that one there is all ready to go. Now, the sorts of things you can do with cotton reel motors after you wind them up and let them go like that, you can see how this wee one's moving along quite quickly, is you can do things like this. Here's one here that I've cut out some pieces of cardboard, corrugated, or pieces of cardboard, and just made some little spikes or little cogs. And this one is very good for using for climbing up hills. Now, the other thing that I like to do is to make covers for these little machines. Now, I'll just wind that motor up, and I'll show you a cover that I've made for it. This one here is just like a little creature, with little eyes made out of cardboard. We'll see if we can get that to move. Sometimes they move very, very slowly, and then sometimes they take off. Good, eh? Well, another one, of course, is if you don't want to make one of those little creatures, you can make yourself something like this. Here's a little tank. And we'll just put the motor and wind the motor up here, and see if we can get this little tank moving. And off it goes. Well, do have a go at making these. They're really fun to experiment with, and we'll catch you next time.